Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of MidRank Madness. This is a game between WinRawr and JaxKraync on Korhal Carnage Compound. In the bottom side of the map we have the red Terran player, it is WinRawr. And in the top side of the map we have the blue Terran player, it is JaxKraync. Yes, this is a new ladder map brought to us with a recent patch of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And let's take a look at it a little bit here. For those of you who don't know what this is MidRank Madness. This is gold, platinum, and diamond level play sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. If you too would like to be cast as part of MidRank Madness, send me your replays to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of MidRank Madness. And I'll take a look at it and send it to my screeners, and the best ones will be cast, and the worst ones will not. But try again next time. Alright, so this is kind of neat. There's like this double gold base in here with Ursa-Dax. A male and a female Ursa-Dax in here. I feel like you have to kill them to put your building here. I don't know. I could be wrong, but we'll see if they can wander out of this thing, wander through the vegetation to safety, to a better place, because this seems like some place that somebody would want to build a base eventually. Alright, so here's your main base. You have a pretty, actually, big ramp into your main here. Wow. Alright, and I'm assuming that's your natural. There's this really cool icon here. Really cool avatar with wolves, and I'm assuming that's kind of the Korhal thing, and then just wide open natural. Holy crap. I'm guessing you can knock these cooling towers down to give yourself some additional protection, but it doesn't actually... Oh, this covers here. Okay. So the cooling tower is enough to take care of this area. To wall off your own main, this map is weird. And then you have a backdoor debris you have to watch out for too. Woo! I don't know if Terran or Protoss are going to like this map at all. We'll have to see how things go, though, with future events. Anyway, so this is particularly a gold level replay, so it's not quite as noobish as bronze and silver. Not quite up there with the platinum, diamond masters either. So we should see plenty of mistakes here, and hopefully we can be entertained and have a good time and learn stuff all at the same time. So there's a Reaper out here for WinRawr, which is a play on the archiving and unarchiving software, WinRawr. Pretty good stuff. JaxKraync. I don't know. I like the X-Lols clan here. Just kind of implies this is probably someone who is, I want to say, on Xbox Live quite a bit. Won't say anything more than that. Reaper versus Reaper here, dancing back and forth, missing each other, though. Oh. So the male one is still here. The female one escaped. There she is! She escaped. She is not in this path of death anymore. Good for her. Have to keep an eye on her for a while. Reaper is going to kill this SCV trying to build a bunker and get it. Good micro. There it is. KDA charge. Not great, but it does actually force a pause there on the bunker. Nothing going to happen there. And no such attempt at a bunker here from our red Terran player. So TVT at this level can be interesting. At the higher levels, it usually comes down to flying tanks and marines. Trying to knock down that cooling tower. What on earth, WinRawr? What are you doing? This Reaper, though, has seen some stuff. Flying around, 2 kills to his name, knocking guys back. Trying to kill SCVs, and an enemy Reaper shows up. He must run, or use his KD8 charge to knock him away too. KD8 charge, oh, dodged. Nicely dodged too. And is he going to die? Oh, midair destruction there. Terran, blue Terran, wins that particular battle. A starport coming up here too. So factory starport, WinRawr knows what he's doing, man. At this gold level, he is understanding the principles. Is there more stuff you can knock down? Does this knock down? Whoa. Are there 2 here? This is so weird. Alright, so I think you knock this one down to get a block there, and you knock this one down to get a block there. This is weird, man. I need to see some of this in action to really understand how it works. So nobody has chosen to knock down the cooling tower to lock yourself in your main base, which seems odd. Although if you knock that out, then you have kind of another safe base you can take if you knock these down. I guess there are some interesting potential choices you can make. I don't think this will be necessarily popular with players right away just because it is so different. There's so much destructible stuff, but at the same time, I do appreciate creativity in my map building. So whoever built this one, hats off to you. I can't remember the name of it. I said it a few minutes ago. I think it's Korhal Carnage Compound. But man, that KKK thing, I don't know how I feel about that. All right, so the Marines are going to knock down this cooling tower, which should block off this ramp. And there's debris here too. What is going on? Why is there so much stuff you could shoot on this map? There's a shooting gallery. So tanks set up for WinRawr, looking fantastic. You can cover these players 31 to 27 total workers at the 5-minute mark for these Terran and Terran guys. And what are we going for? I guess I should pay attention to that. There's that starport on the way. Tanks getting mixed up for both the guys at the same time. Tanks in production. Going for an expansion there was red. Where are you? WinRawr? Ah, so where do you expand to here for your third? I guess here? That's another thing. That third is kind of far away. It could be. I don't know. All right, here it is. Marines, moment of truth. Knocking down this cooling tower to trap themselves away from the enemy. Yep, so there it is. So it throws up debris, and that's debris too. I don't know what purpose this serves. I guess you can't wall it off. I don't know. Let me know in the comments how that's supposed to work, because I'm super confused. Starport there with reactor. Going to double pump something. Liberators, possibly. Medevacs, on the other hand. I do like the scouting marines here from WinRawr. That looks very nice indeed. I'm just trying to see if there are expansions happening. It is kind of a natural third for JaxKraync to go there. Natural third for WinRawr to come up here, but no player has actually decided to go for that third yet. Just using this for mules, I guess, which can be nice. SCV scouting on down here too. +1/+1 coming up for both these guys on their infantry. Combat shield being researched, and stim for WinRawr and JaxKraync respectively. Although stim is actually coming up for WinRawr too. Holding the Zalnaga Watchtower with the Reaper. These guys checking stuff out. Another attempted drop here, or actually a first attempted drop from WinRawr. Looks like it gets chased away by these Marines. And a missile turret coming up to prevent future drops. There is a turret there. And some nice dead air here, but this is actually looks like anti-liberator setup. Because the distance of the mineral patches to the edge of the map here is not big enough for a liberator to actually set up without getting upgraded and kill stuff. So Zerg players and Protoss players should be pretty happy about that one. Although this looks much, much more able to be destroyed by them liberators. Still not dropping. SCV checking stuff out on this particular area. There's the cooling tower. Someone dig a third. I want to see where you guys choose to take your thirds. I know that gold isn't necessarily the best way to see how this should be done, but I'm just curious for what they choose, because it seems like WinRawr has had the ability to take a third for a while and just hasn't. Meanwhile, JaxKraync is sat here on 2 bases. There's the third. There it is. There's the second command center. Or third command center, rather. Going to knock down this debris with a single Marine. It takes a while with 2. I'm not sure why you think 1 would do it. And expanding right here. SCV scouting everything. JaxKraync sees what's going on. Double missile turrets being tossed down too. I like that. And moving on out. This SCV somehow avoiding the notice of everyone. Is he even visible? Yeah, he's totally visible. Just nobody wants to kill him, which is fine. Reaper trying to hold this. The Marine versus Reaper. And KDA charge. Knocking it back. Oh, and it kills him in midair. Good moves once again from the Blue Reapers. Blue Reapers have been eating their Wheaties, man. Long distance mining. Double refinery here too. Yeah, looks like WinRawr knows how to set up an expansion. I like that from him. Male Ursadak now on this side of the map. Where is the female Ursadak? Female Ursadak. That's a Scantipede. Where are you, female Ursadak? He's looking to. Where are you, honey? I don't know. Maybe she died. Maybe she died. I don't know. SCV does get killed there. Forcing a cancel on that command center just temporarily, though. But comes in to clear it on out. Marine patrolling back and forth. Is that what you're doing? Nope. Checking to make sure no one's taking this gold base. Is that the only gold base on the map? I bet it is. Yep. Only gold base on the map there, right in the very middle. So hard to hold, especially with all this vegetation around. Your vision is terrible. Just sneaky gold bases here on your map. And there's the third. Okay, so JaxKraync taking a third there as well. So it makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just logically, I can see how this works out in their brains. Throwing down 3 mules at the same time on this base. Income tab is 51 to 47 total harvesters, 103 to 98 total supply in favor of our Red Terran WinRawr, but he doesn't have necessarily a giant advantage to this point. Someone's still shooting. This guy's still trying to take out this debris. But with 3 armor, it takes a really long time. You guys, all you, come right over here, attack this. I'm right-clicking. Attack. Not doing it. Look how... Wow. So +2, +2, +1 for the vehicle weapons on the way for WinRawr. JaxKraync going +1, or +2 rather, combat shield vehicle weapons. So he kind of skipped combat shield, which seems odd, but that's a little mistakes you make at the gold level that can kind of come back to bite you in the end. Alright, someone needs to do this thing. This guy needs to drop. Oh, he is. Perfect timing. Dropping out of the range of the missile turret, and the Marines are on the ground. They're taking out SCVs. One SCV dies, trying to go after the missile turret to allow the medevac to come a little bit closer on in here. And can they get it? Oh, defensive Marines here too, though, cleaning them out. Nicely done. And catching the medevac. Nicely done, JaxKraync. Well played indeed, good sir. Now holding this Zalanga Watchtower. Army supply for these players is, what is that? Active forces. 69 to 72 total, 63 to 57 worker count, just even as even can be. Both players using similar techniques. There are some Vikings mixed in here. And some Marines and some tanks. Meanwhile, heavier bio with that particular army. And missile turrets set up. Missile turrets watching each other from across this chasm. And is that actually shooting out like water? I mean, they look like spotlights, but kind of looks like they're spraying water at the same time. All right, pushing out here is JaxKraync, taking down the Marine that was holding that Zalanga Watchtower. Tanks gonna set up. Are they in range of these guys? No, just barely, and I think by accident. Oh, with the extra range from the medevac chasing them away. Oh, they took down the male Ursadak. JaxKraync. JaxKraync, I'm rooting against you from now on. How dare you destroy a defenseless animal like that, especially because you probably killed the female one earlier. Where would that one be? Where would it be? Oh, poor thing. All right, now pushing on out is our hero, WinRawr, sporting the color red. Just like Deadpool and Spider-Man, who are both heroes. Gonna try to crush the evil blue villain here, JaxKraync, who is a destroyer of animals. Stimming forward. Wow, JaxKraync, you're brave. With tanks and this many Marines here with +2/+2. Nope, not brave at all. Actually, you're gonna skedaddle on out of there. And a big old group that's not injured because of stimming is gonna come on over to hold the Zalanga Watchtower. Pushing forward here is WinRawr. And a fourth base on the way for JaxKraync. All right, so trying to out-expand his opponent. At this point, at 11 minutes, why not? Why not go for that fourth? Another attempt to drop down here. It does work. I think the medevac probably was killed by this missile turret. Or this one. No, it wasn't. SCV is forced to fight for their lives. This guy holding on with 3 kills. Can he get 4? Yes, gets 4. And then destroyed by SCVs. That's a bad way to go. That is such a sad death style. All right, heading on out. Widowmine shot. Oh my gosh, Widowmine shot. Oh, 1 kill, but greatly weakening these guys. They're so lucky they had combat shield and armor and stuff. Reaper trying to head on up and just kind of circling around here is JaxKraync. I don't know where he's going. Is he checking for additional bases he can kill? That's what scans are for. Maybe send a Reaper around to scout instead of your entire army, but that's okay. Both players going on walkabouts. Wandering around a bit. Both players going for that +3/+3 attack. That is so darn good, especially in the TVTs. And this group of bio now deciding that, nope, there's not a base here. Perhaps I'll check somewhere else. Somebody scans somewhere. I don't know where it is. WinRawr seems undecided as to where he wants to go. Medevac, full medevac destroyed by all 3 missile turrets at this base. That is a bad feeling, but nice job by WinRawr setting that one up. That's why you just can't blind drop, man. Can't do it. Checking for a base over here. There's not. Sneaky, sneaky backdoor approach. Here comes JaxKraync. Is he even going to stim? No, he's not even going to stim. He's just going to straight up kill this debris and walk right into the main base. This does give WinRawr ample time to respond, though. As we can see from the minimap, they're heading on down. Get in there, JaxKraync. Kill some stuff. Or just die. I mean, I guess standing here is also good. If you're interested in just standing here. Is he actually supply blocked? Yeah, WinRawr is supply blocked. So you got to keep that supply depot production coming here. Ooh, tank splash. And chasing out here is WinRawr. He is going to be the aggressor. Ooh, some guys got a little bit too far, a little bit too big for their britches. Did get killed. Coming out once again. Staying out of the range of the tanks is JaxKraync. I like that from him. 193 to 172 total supply. Are you still WinRawr? Make supply depots, man. How do you not have supply depots in production right now? You have 172 supply. You're totally supply blocked. So that's, again, pro tip from Falcon Paladin. Always make supply depots and overlords and pylons. If you always make those things, you'll be in a better spot than if you do not. That is my tip of the day. Marines heading out to the middle here. And drill deep. That's certainly what it says. I'm going to leave that one alone. Marines holding this Zalanga Watchtower. Oh, they have stimmed, though. Stimmed a couple times. They're pretty darn low on health. Somebody could come through and clear them out very easily. So 2 groups of bio holding each of these Zalanga Watchtowers. The 2 up top are held by the red Marines. So vision's going to be interesting here. Yeah, so like that's dark, and then that's dark, and it's kind of fun stuff. Another group here for JaxKraync preparing for a drop that is not likely to come. I don't see any indication that WinRawr is going to do that at all. Anyway, +3/+3 on the way. Actually getting weapons level 3 for vehicles. is WinRawr. So he's going to make these tanks super darn effective. 19 damage, 31 versus armored. Coming down once again is JaxKraync. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Big army for WinRawr here. Splitting up his units, maybe not the greatest idea for JaxKraync. Getting chased on out. +3, +2 there for these Marines, and +3, +2. Equal upgrades for both of these players. They believe in true equality. Marine hanging out back here behind these mineral lines. Not quite sure what he's doing. Another base for JaxKraync. Really expanding well here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases now for our blue Terran. WinRawr has fixed his little supply block problem, but is not producing anything at the moment. And here comes the attack into the main base. These guys are so overstimmed. Holy crap. All right, so I mean, they're going to go ahead and take down a bunker, which is great. Hasn't quite decided what they want to kill. Going for a command center, also probably fine. Indecisive attack, and you know what? Just going for it here is WinRawr, pushing right on up with his Vikings and the tanks too. But no, the ground army clearing through. The Vikings are able to kill a lot of these Liberators and the Medivacs, but no, the Marines on the ground clear it out. Oh, JaxKraync, can he do this thing? These guys are trying to... Oop, never mind. I said they're going to try to get rid of these responding units, but the tanks cleared them out easily enough after losing a lot of things there. So it's 133 to 162 total supply. WinRawr did not bring enough ground army to deal with the ground army of JaxKraync. Had too many Vikings. And again, he did kill a lot of Medivacs and Liberators, which is nice, but man, his ground army got absolutely crushed. Don't walk into these tanks. Don't walk into these tanks. Oh my gosh, walking into these tanks. Wow. All right, so... Whew. +3 is brutal. 44 damage on that shot cannon. 65 damage versus armored. How many Marauders have? 125. So is that 2-shot? I think that's a 2-shot. Yep, that's a 2-shot on Marauders when these guys are upgraded. Pushing forward here with the Marines, with the Medevac, with the flying tanks. Hey, I didn't think we'd see these, but we did. Landing on the high ground. Tank versus tank. Upgrades are better, I'm pretty sure. Yep, only +2, +1 there. So landing on the high ground and then backing out. I'm not sure what that was all about. He had a pretty good defensible position. Uh-oh, Marines sneaking right on in here. Can they get these Medivacs walking into the tank fire, though? Not a great idea. Not a great idea, and they leave. Trailing fire. +3 vehicle and ship plating finishing for WinRawr. +3 Terran infantry armor as well. So upgrades definitely favoring WinRawr, but supply favoring JaxKraync. 183 to 141 total supply. These bases are up and they are running their planetary fortresses. They're helping quite a bit. Meanwhile, WinRawr does not seem interested at all in taking a fourth base. He does have 3, which is nice. Another attempt down here with flying tanks to get rid of stuff, getting rid of SCVs and missile turrets. And is it enough? No. Pick up, run, run. Can he see it? Oh, he saves it. He saves the Medevac with 6 hit points remaining. Even get some shots off across this chasm. So WinRawr positioning pretty darn well, hitting pretty hard too, but if he knew about these bases, he'd be in a better spot. Scout! Always scout, players. If you're watching this because you're a mid-rank Madness player, get out there and scout, especially with Terran. Just scan bases. Ooh, somebody heard me. I don't think it was our red friend either. Standing on in here, they are definitely outnumbering the blue. The blue ends up getting destroyed there. Their blood soaking into the ground. It will disappear, do not worry. Won't cause too many problems at all. +1 ship weapons on the way for JaxKraync now, so he's getting upgrades for his units. And production tab is continuing to show stuff. WinRawr, on the other hand, not doing as well. A lot of idle SCVs here too. Get to work, SCVs. I mean, he's trying to expand there. Is he just going to build one? Here's another pro tip. Lift off your main command center and land it over here. If this is mined out, and it is, Vespene Geyser has nothing remaining on it, then go ahead and get on up, lift it up, get it out of there, and land it here instead of building a brand new one. That's my recommendation for you. Something Polt does, and everybody wants to be like Polt. So the problem is that WinRawr thinks he has a full contain here on JaxKraync. He really does. But secret bases are secret. As we can see, StarCraft's logo there notwithstanding, secret. Widowmine sitting in the very middle of this base from JaxKraync in case WinRawr decides to take another big battle on over here. Marines are winning that one. Tanks absolutely crushing everything on the ground that JaxKraync has. These tanks doing very well for themselves, surprisingly. Oh, I see some more scans. Was it? No, it wasn't red, it was blue. JaxKraync scanning well. Like, he has a good idea of what's going on with his opponent. He knows he's up a base, possibly 2. This command center is not quite finished yet, and there are 100 SCVs in it here anyway. Expand again, WinRawr. Get that gas income going as soon as you can. Get maxed out. You got to get maxed out. That's what you have to do, is get maxed out. Small group of units here defending against drops, which means the main group of defending units here can't be as big as it needs to be. So that +3/+3 looking nice. Vikings trying to sneak on in and kill these medevacs, but I don't know about that one. One, maybe. Oh boy, they maybe got a medevac there, but Widowmine shot. Bam, weakening those Marines, not enough to actually kill them. Their hit point count is too high to get one shot by a Widowmine. And oh, scan! WinRawr does know how to use scans. Does he scan those bases yet? No, not yet. What was that? Oh, okay. He can see stuff on a sensor tower. Great. I like the forward sensor tower. I like the forward missile turrets. It's excellent. WinRawr, get in there and kill. Oh, is that the female one? Wow, the female Ursa deck ended up way back here. Way back here, hanging out with the idle SCVs. Oh, wait. Marines are finally scouting things out and will be able to stop the production of this command center. Well done, Marines. You are the heroes of the day. Forcing a cancel. Might be more difficult to deal with that planetary fortress, but they're going to try to get there anyway. Oh, look at this scouting by WinRawr. Oh, man, he's going to try it anyway. So there's the repair, though. The repair is clutch. If the Marines can sneak up back here, yeah, they can actually halt all mining on this base just by hanging on out. Attempted drop sneaking past this area. Probably trying to go all the way down here, but there are 100 missile turrets and a planetary fortress there. That drop is going to do absolutely nothing. WinRawr is slowly inching closer to supply maxed out, which is good. He is making another command center and a refinery and landing the Vikings. All right, so they're going to die though, because are they? No? Pretty low in health, but still alive, and actually doing a surprising amount of damage to these workers. Viking harass. Who knew? Look at that. His face is all covered up. SCVs coming in to finish him off, and they do. SCVs forced to fight for their lives. They're a little bit better fighters than you might expect there. Still oversaturated at this base like crazy. Still not getting much gas at this base either. But expanding here once again is WinRawr. And here comes the drop. Trying to make things happen and forcing a cancel. Missile turrets might take down the medevac. Nope. Ooh, and they find the sweet spot where the planetary fortress cannot kill them. Don't do it, SCVs. These guys are so much scarier than those Vikings. Don't even think about it. You have to send someone back, right? WinRawr, send some of these units over or make something here or... Oh no, the SCVs are going for it. SCVs, no. No SCVs, exactly. Run for your lives. Don't get back to mining. Get out of there, run. And they're running. Pushing forward here is JaxKraync. Gonna catch these tanks. Oh no, the tanks, they're not on the ground. Trying to defend against this thing. Another medevac falls with the tanks and dodging out once again is JaxKraync. WinRawr going for it though. It's overstimming just a little bit, but he wants to try to get there soon enough and then backing out once again. Alright, so this base is completely locked down. Might as well, I guess, take this one, turn that one into a planetary fortress. This is locked down too. Alright, so another tip of the day from Falcon Paladin. If your bases are being locked down like this, send some units out to help. SCVs and planetary fortresses cannot do it on their own sometimes. And as such, send out some Marines and Marauders yourself to do this. I know you have this sweet contain, WinRawr. I know you think you do, but if you're not going to go kill your opponent, and you might try actually. Oh man, I don't know about this one. Coming right on in, stimming forward, Widowmine shots, tank splash everywhere, but the +3/+3 doing well. Tanks for WinRawr helping at the same time. So much bile falling though from WinRawr. All that's left is a Marauder, and now it's gone. Tanks get cleared out too. Some reinforcing units do show up, but they're late to the party. And WinRawr flew into the teeth of the dragon and was destroyed. This guy has 3 kills, which is nice. Tank trying to set up just on the edge here. Can he reach? Can he reach? I don't know. Heading back home are these units. Please tell me they're coming to kill these Marines. Oh, did the Marines try to walk past here and die? That seems like that might have been something that happened. WinRawr might have just F2'd his way to that victory. And yep, that base is up and going. This is going to be a planetary fortress, but not quite yet, which could be a bit of a problem because there's a drop coming very soon indeed. These are all mules. WinRawr, you gotta build stuff. That's the other thing. If you have production structures and you're not maxed out and you have money, build. Do it. Build Marines, build Marauders. They will serve you well in the long run. And he's just abandoning this base because there are Marines here. Alright, another same story down here from JaxKraync. Will this convince WinRawr to send army supply back Ooh, actually in range. Did he get the upgrade? Range 7. He might have gotten that upgrade. Where is the engineering bay? How is it not in the main base? I don't know, but he's expanding again. Basically, WinRawr says, you can have this one. I've given this one up. I will expand over here. Now, it's basically a half-and-half map expansion here. If JaxKraync takes this one, it will be fully 50%, 50%. Marines coming through, finding a solo tank, and take it out very easily indeed. That's another secret of Terran versus Terran. You'd think tanks are good against Marines. Not really. Not as good. They don't do that extra damage. The splash damage is nice, but fully upgraded Marines can deal with tank lines a little bit more easily than you might expect, so give that a shot. Coming back around here to try to drop on in. There's actually a defense force here for WinRawr. Come in, defense force. Come help. Just stand on this ledge and kill them. You can do it, man. Or just walk the long way around. That's okay, too. Long distance mining going on. The refinery is going to die. Another strike force coming down here from JaxKraync. And boosting out. See, JaxKraync knows what's up. He doesn't want to stick around too long to wear out his welcome unless they let him, like here. Holy shamoly. Alright, 200 to 101 total supply. JaxKraync looking good. Our enemy, our villain, looking good after killing the male Ursadak and condemning the female Ursadak to a lifetime of loneliness, is going to come try to do this thing. This is not a planetary fortress. Oh no. Oh no. Missile turrets will take out the medevacs very easily, but that's okay. I think everything else here is going to die. JaxKraync oversimming just a bit. SCVs, don't fight for your lives. Don't do it. Don't you dare fight. All the SCVs getting absolutely destroyed. Killed. Wow. Can this defense force for WinRawr handle it? I think he's outnumbered, though, and nope, not going to happen at all. The final Marauder firing away futilely. Nope, gets a kill, actually. Trying to kill this command center before it can get out there, and it is burning. It is going to fall down. Nice little attack there from JaxKraync to make this thing happen. And now WinRawr, income, terrible, horrific right now. 5 total harvesters compared to 64 for his opponent, JaxKraync. Our villain has probably pulled it out because, again, I don't want to harp on this too much, but I can get to trace it back to when WinRawr decided to give this base to JaxKraync because he sent 7 Marines. 7 Marines. Another attempted attack over on this way. Look, a reinforcing response here from JaxKraync. A big old battle. Who's going to win that one? He is going to force down JaxKraync temporarily here, but he kills some more SCVs too, which is good. Missile turret going right into town on those medevacs, taking one of them out from the ground there. Big army pinning WinRawr against the wall here, nowhere to go, and the medevac dies too. There's not even any escape through air for WinRawr. 177 to 40 total supply, and it gets completely cleaned up here. This army is super duper overstimmed. This base running for WinRawr, though. He just needs, okay, JaxKraync just needs something that can kill this planetary fortress. Can he do it? I think these guys are going to die. They all have about 4 hit points each. Unless this isn't on attack move. Oh, it is on attack move. Yeah, 1, 2, I mean, every single hits are enough to kill those guys. Like tissue paper. Like tissue paper, they are. Okie doke. So still JaxKraync's game to win. 55 to 10 total supply. Army for WinRawr trying to do what it can, but just a little too small, a little too timid, a little too ineffectual to do much. He has mined out this base entirely, and this one too. I guess in a 28-minute game, that is to be expected. Trying to sneak on up and take care of a planetary fortress base is just a bad idea with this few units and no medevac support. Oh, losing one there. Mounted Tier Fortress with 2 kills. Big army coming down to take out the final mining base for WinRawr. Trying to sneak around the backside. WinRawr still thinks we're in the mid-game here where this actually matters. Losing a couple units in the meantime. Trying to take out a couple SCVs. Marching right up this ramp. JaxKraync does not care. Getting right around, surrounding this planetary fortress. Planetary fortress does end with 6 kills, but explodes in a giant fireball. All the SCVs are gone there too. Income tab is now like 0. Is it not 0? No! Wait, he actually took back this base. WinRawr has this base because he left it alone for so long. He still has minerals here, and he still has Vespine geysers here. That is awesome. Alright, WinRawr. Production tab shows tanks, marines, medevacs. He has money coming out here, but this army, assuming it decides to move out, assuming it decides to go somewhere, I feel like it's going to be a good feeling. So, oh, WinRawr bringing the game to him, though. Oh, no, look out. All right, just overwhelmed by the greater force on the ground. Sometimes that's what it comes down to. Tactics don't matter. The other team just has a lot more than you do. Completely cleaned out there, too. 34 to 180 total supply. It is 20 to 128 army supply, 14 to 52 worker supply, 21,000 supplies or resources lost for JaxKraync, 30,300 lost for WinRawr. JaxKraync doing this well. Amazing, unnecessary concave, walking right on in, massacring everything, and that's it. A GG from WinRawr. WinRawr is defeated, JaxKraync is victorious, and WinRawr has left the game. Woo! How's that for a TVT mid-rank madness for us this week, huh? That was pretty good. All right, so again, pro tips. We're going to go over those real quick. WinRawr, scan for additional bases if you're Terran. Scout if you're not Terran. If he knew about these bases, he could have actually done an actual contain on JaxKraync instead of letting him get these and hold on to them for the entire game. If you're under assault by a few Marines, come and kill them. Send units to kill them. You'll be okay. Additionally, I think that's pretty much it. Like, the drops were good. I liked his positioning. I felt like WinRawr's ability to micro wasn't terrible. The macro was bad. He got supply blocked for a while. Continue making those supply depots. Always make units if you have money and you're not supply blocked. But yeah, JaxKraync, well done by him. Congratulations throughout the game. Macroed well, microed fairly well too. I feel like he had a little bit of a tendency to run towards the target without attack moving. And that's not a good feeling at all. That's actually a pretty good shot here. You can see the little missiles coming out of the Vikings. You can't usually see those. It's a little bit too fast. And look, the damage too. This is cool. Huh. Anyway, that's about it. We're going to wrap it up now. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly mid-rank madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.